My name is Chris Stiles. I'm an independent UFO researcher based in Atlantic Canada. Along with fellow co-author Graham Sims, we have written a new book about Canada's most famous UFO case, the Shag Harbour Incident. Several scientists have suggested over the years that UFO advocates should call attention to a single case, one so strong that it can stand up to scientific scrutiny and be established, after all, as a true extraordinary event. I'm not sure that this is the best approach, but I'm comfortable with it. And I'm sure that science is supposed to conclude or do what it would with such a case. However, I believe that the Shag Harbour incident does fit the bill. I don't believe that it's the only possible candidate, but it's probably one of the safest potential UFO cases that could be nominated for such special status. Here's why. Something did happen on the night of October the 4th, 1967. The eyewitnesses know this, the 3 RCMP officers and the authorities who were there on scene and who saw the UFO on the water, they all know this. Many UFO skeptics, including the late debunker Philip Glass, have quietly conceded to me that something extraordinary happened on that fall night so many years ago. The remaining eyewitnesses have moved on with their lives as best they can. Most of the active and serious UFO community busies itself with the latest point of origin theory or research gossip, and yet the Shag Harbour incident remains a mystery. It has steadily gained notoriety and consideration since I began my reinvestigation of the case back in 1992. The Shag Harbour incident has refused to evaporate. No one has recanted their essential testimony. New witnesses and interpretations have appeared over the years, and they've only served to enhance our understanding of the case. The incident has even secured its place as part of Canadian history. The National Archives of Canada website has an entry on the Shag Harbour incident, where visitors can also see an archived UFO report. Significantly, the principal entry reads, "Both the RCMP and locals have rushed to the shore of the harbour, but what they encountered there was far from a conventional aircraft." That page concludes with the further determination that the Department of National Defense has identified the sighting as unsolved. Those statements are consistent several decades later with the initial impressions of the investigating agencies. Perhaps most notable is the third paragraph in a Department of National Defense memorandum that has been preserved. It reads, "The Rescue Coordination Center conducted a preliminary investigation and has discounted the possibility that the sighting was produced by an aircraft, flare, float, or any other known object." I would continue to point out that the Shag Harbour incident remains the world's only UFO crash scenario that is supported in this interpretation by government documents that are freely available, and they're entirely without controversy as to their origin or authenticity. To my mind, the Shag Harbour incident remains one of the most compelling arguments in the world today for what I would consider UFO reality.
Impact to Contact also includes Chris's account of a newly uncovered dramatic UFO sighting by Pan Am airline pilots and crew over Shag Harbour the night before the crash, as well as new testimonies about UFO artifacts and apparent cover-up by the Coast Guard. We also cover the dive by David Savett, which follows up on anomalies found by the Bedford Institute of Oceanography.